Alright, folks, I need a new controller. You're going to see an end of the show for quite some time till I get it. Don't want to be a dick like that. I'm just saying what it is. I got two janky controllers, and one, they're both janky and they're getting jankier, and it's just making it too hard to play. So, if anyone wants to hit donation, go to PayPal and throw in literally every dollar counts. This isn't a huge donation goal. It's only a PlayStation 4 DualShock 4 controller. Um, you know, but you know how important controllers are, folks. So, uh, you know, hopefully we can get that done sooner and sooner. Can't quite get that one to go as maybe there's not really a center spot there, is there? Right there. Maybe I would say after 5 weeks, no. I've already removed him from my friends list, and will be removing him from the crew. Like I said, folks, it's one thing to be like, "Hey, oh my God, you want a PS4?" and then send one, and that's great. But you just that's it. Like I don't care if people like we'll all do it. If you haven't done it, you will. You'll be very generous with $1, $5. You'll be like, you know, uh, you'll be that momentary kindness and exuberance and excitement, and you're like, oh my God, I can't wait to, uh, I there's the Angels Online. See, the only reason I put on Fallout because you weren't online. Maybe a little bit later in the day, maybe tomorrow, we'll jump into some more Grand Theft. I think today what I'm going to do is some Fallout 3 Game of the Year edition because I'm really loving it, and then slide into either Borderlands or Destiny. Probably Destiny because I need to loot, scoot, and shoot with my 26 Warlock and get her up to 30, so I can start doing 3 Crotas, 3 Vogue, three, whatever. All right, so I'm going to sit here and just do a little say. I was playing this off the show. When I play off the show, uh, I tend to turn some of these down. Let me know if there's any volume levels. Now, the music in this game is actually pretty good. So for a little bit today, I'm going to try playing with just the music in the game. And a little later in the day, like when Destiny comes up, I'll swing on some. A little bit of the playing the single player games, like I said, folks. I gotta fulfill my inner gamer. What's up, Firepower? Orange juice. So, um, yeah, Ace, he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna send it to you." And here's the thing: it's like I gave him my mailing address. That's a privy information. You know what I mean? I mean, it's a PO box kind of situation. It's not my house. It's not my studio. In full sense, it's not a privacy thing that I worry about since I check in on Facebook in the past. My house is already where I live. It's not a big deal. Am I worried about getting swatted? No. The cops break in here. There's nothing there. I have Russell's address as well. But it's this, level of lying and oh, I sent it. Oh, I called the mail company, and they said there was an error. It should be there in 3 days. That was 2.5 weeks ago. Um, it's a matter of, did it get stolen in the mail? Did it get lost? But you would think, yep. You would think. I mean, not a lot of people stream Fallout 3, and sometimes I do drop to like number 2 or number 3. But there's only like 5 people that stream this game on Twitch. Um, I did notice that no one was voting over the weekend while I was off. I go on to top streamers every day and notice like the votes actually went down. People were actually moving their vote to other people. Like I said, folks, top streamer is just a little teeny thing. It's nice to be able to say, "Hey, I'm number one, top 25." We're top 25 GTA, top 100 Minecraft, top 25 Destiny, top 3 Battlefield, Red Dead, Far Cry, Fallout 3, Blood Dragon. Most Red Dead, Battlefield, Far Cry, and Fallout, I'm number 1. Skyrim, top 25. It's just something to be able to say, hey, I am this. Once again, today is Tuesday, so before we get going, I'm going to get all my talking out of the way, information. We got stuff to talk about TwitchCon coming up in September, possibly moving from Twitch TV to Top Hat TV. Looking into a lot of different things right now. Yeah. But yeah, so, I don't know, but it just, to me, like, with Ace, it's like, you think when you'd come into the lobby, you would be, hey, I'm playing, because he came in with us Saturday and played GTA for a little bit. And you would think if you came in, you'd be like, hey, did you get that PS4? You know what I mean? But he didn't. Like, he just, it's silly. I'm actually going over to him right now and just going to kick him out of the crew. Like I said, it's a level of, I gave him those right there on the spot. I was like, hey, if you can't really send it, don't say it. You can have a free, a free pass for youthful exuberance. But he stuck with the, nope, I sent it. There was an error. There, he's out of the crew. I'm not going to ban him. I'm not going to ban him from the channel. I'm just going to be like, what's up? Now, there is, like I said, there is the issue of he could have sent it and somebody could have stolen it in the mail. But you think you would still come into the show. You're in the show. You're in the lobby. You're playing Grand Theft Auto with me Saturday. This was Saturday. And you would think that you would say, hey, did the PS4 come? But he didn't even say anything. Like, he wouldn't even talk to anyone. And he's a very talkative kid. So, in my mind, either he had good intentions and maybe his mom and dad wouldn't let him just send it to me. Or he never had any intentions and he was just kind of troll baiting. Or, like I said, he was just youthful exuberance, and he honestly and sincerely wrote a check his parents wouldn't let him cash, metaphorically. All of it's good. None of that messes me up.
To my loving husband.
It's just what it is. But after weeks and weeks and weeks, it's like if it was a lie, it was a very elaborate lie. And that's the thing, 12-year-old, 13-year-old, I kind of expect them to go that way. I tell people right away, we all have games we want to play that either somebody else doesn't own or aren't multiplayer. You have to get those out of your system. You have to play those. And, when I'm playing these, if you're playing with me frequently or you play with any streamer, when they're playing this kind of game, it's a good time just to sit back and play Grand Theft Auto or whatever, Skyrim, and talk and hang out and actually just be a viewer for a while. It's kind of relaxing to play, to be your moderator, because you guys are moderators. So it's nice sometimes to sit back and actually just be a Twitch viewer. Like I always say, it shows a lot to me who's going to hang out in the chat and be an active viewer and talk and be a good moderator when they can't play with me.
Have made the world seem like a better place. I hope all of you out there can smile and feel better knowing that it's true.
So I did a little bit of stuff off the show, which I was a little upset by because some of the stuff was kind of cool. But, you know, this game's just so huge in its initial release. And that's before the DLCs, which I haven't touched yet. You know, this game has thousands of hours of just average gameplay. And then, you know, thousands more with... This has more gameplay and mini missions and little sub-quests and interactions than... fucking Skyrim. You guys are gonna see a few errors where like my controller's glitched because both my controllers are broken, but one's broken, the X button. My best controller, the X button is wearing out, and that's an important button. That's why it's wearing out. But yeah, so what's up, Darksider? You know, Darksider, I know this is weird. I really feel like you should make a Darksider Twitch account. Come follow me as Darksider and come into the show if you want. But I will tell people right now, sometimes there's a little bit to say about, you know, not having your PlayStation handle. Come on, don't start my day like this. You're gonna start my day with a frozen fucking game. Really? Oh my god. These are those days where, like, it tests you as a streamer. It tests you as a gamer. Like, you know? Ugh, I'm having one of those days. Not a bad day. Just kind of one of those days where you don't want to get out of bed. Yeah, froze. But sometimes it's, you know, like I was trying to say on having a Twitch handle different from the PlayStation handle. Sometimes it's nice, but what I found is it's nice to have two Twitch handles. One that really is your, like, gamer representation, and then one that's your casual Twitch viewer. So you can kind of go around to Twitch shows. Now, a lot of people do this, you know, but they make multiple accounts so they can troll. I mean, I've seen people that have 4 or 5 accounts for Twitch. Some because they just forgot their password and they have multiples, or they didn't like the name of their handle, it was a typo or something like that. I just want to play video games and relax. Sometimes managing the show, the tech, you know, it's not just turn on the PlayStation and the TV and play. It's turn on the computer, open broadcast software, open Nightbot, open Twitch dashboard, open Rec Central AverMedia capture card software, you know, get it all going, make sure the BPS is good, make sure your FPS is good, make sure, you know, everything's flowing. This is why, like, Saturday day, I just laid here and, like, you know, played video games by myself because I could just get lost into the game. But as I was saying, you know, it's always kind of, you know, going back to Ace really quick, because I'm kind of, like, all over the place with my mind right now. But, you know, I wish the kid well. If he comes into the chat and he starts whining about, like, why did you kick me out of the crew? And why did you unfriend me? Mainly because being on my friends list and being in my crew were a little dependent on the fact that you weren't lying and pulling my leg. And like I said, if he sent me a PS4 and I didn't get it and it was stolen in the mail, you would think that